We're going to have a lot of fun. We're here in Columbus, ready to have a blast. And yeah, this one we first saw, Joe, we knew we were doing the first match and we're doing some interviews and watch party stuff later. But we were like, well, okay, they've drop kicked them the past
a couple of times.
5 times they've played basically over the course of the year. But to Ant's point, it's talked a lot like sports. Like it is hard to beat a team a lot of times in a row. Yet they've kept dunning it. But does the buck stop here?
I don't think so. The way LA Thieves, I mean, obviously LA Thieves, they're trying to bounce back from Major 3. They had a very disappointing Major 3. It felt like, they got to the final Major 2, and maybe they were just a bit on cruise control, just looking back to get to that form. But I mean, yeah, they needed a bounce back. If they've done it this split, they've looked so much better, much cleaner. For Røkkr, you won your first 2 matches on LAN, but then you've dropped 3 in a row. So at least you're back on LAN. We'll see what FaZe can do.
Yeah, excited to see what he's going to bring to the table and if they're going to have a chance in this, the biggest thing we're talking about for Røkkr is really just this run. Can you make it to champs? You're in this battle with Paris, and it's going to be huge here. You get a round 1 win, and you may be upset a bit. You're feeling pretty good about your chances to maybe, I don't know, whatever LA Thieves, with the way it's gone this year, that'd be huge for him, right?
Oh, no doubt about it, but right over to Octane, able to find a couple of kills to get 2 on the board, but back and forth we go. As Røkkr, they're going to have those good spawns. You're going to find a couple of seconds. You're going to have Bance trying to go on a big pinch here, but if his teammates go down, that is going to be the worst thing for them, and that's exactly what happens. Envoy over here towards the dub stairs, locking this down and finding this early time.
And Cammy, I mean, this is someone they talked about in the pregame show. We saw what he was able to do in Modern Warfare. And then, it wasn't quite maybe the same success for a bit. But, did you think just because the similar game and some of this goes back to Modern Warfare, maybe he'd just be back to being King Cammy and absolutely fine this year?
After, maybe a down year, right? He'd be super motivated.
Well, you've had people that are, better at Treyarch titles, better at IW titles. That's been a thing, sort of, for players. Maybe a shot that he'd just be back in for. I mean, he's starting to find it now.
Yeah, it feels that way. It feels like he's starting to get comfortable with this roster. Maybe him and Attach, it didn't work out for them. Maybe with Fame, he's got a little bit more control on what he wants to do. But up about 15 seconds was Minnesota Røkkr, but here comes a P2 break for LA Thieves as they just swarm right through open and close. Is Fame. A 5-2 start, strong start for him, but the rest of his teammates go down, and there's that SMG duo popping off.
Yeah, they have been disgusting, and you see the plays they are making there. Now, Bance. Chat about him needing to step it up, really. With the SMG duo on the Thieves side, what is Bance going to bring to the table? We had him on our podcast recently. It was fantastic to chat with them and how they're working to improve this squad. The energy that Fame has brought to this team. They've been reinvigorated, but yeah, after 3 losses in a row, you're looking to find that success again.
Yeah, big rotation here. One of the worst rotating teams in the league on this map, but when player spawns out, that's going to be Bance. So you have a 3-on-3, and they're just going to hunt him down. LA Thieves are going to hunt Bance down right now, but Octane's going to get taken out. It's a big kill by Bance, and Afro with one on his own. So now they know we can just kind of slow down. Just watch Bance on the minimap. Right, they are just so focused on finding him because he's spawned behind him. Here comes the push. They line up, and Afro just melts him. That's 6 in a row in a cruise missile for Afro.
He ends up getting 3 in that sequence, and how disgusting it is. Out of Cammy's POV, what is he able to do? They're keeping it tight thus far in the hard points. This is where we wonder if they're going to be able to battle, and so far, so good. Cammy nearly flicking onto his teammates as well. Afro right back to it off of spawn. 12-6 start. We slow down for a moment here, but it's lead now to Røkkr.
He's just trying to find any rotation kills that he can. Do a very good job. LA Thieves, they should spawn out here at Old, maybe over towards Gate. That's where they will be. Still 2 players up. Envoy, Octane, trying to lock down top rails. Kenny off a spawn, able to find 1 more. But we talk about P3 so much on this map, and you can see why right there. Just a clean hold from Minnesota Røkkr puts them up 28.
So far, so good. On Vance's POV, still 3 in a row to go. 1 right the opposite side of the doorway. That's going to be a tough fight versus Kitty. He's ready and good for the battle. Yeah, he's shutting them all down. Cammy going to be last alive now for Røkkr. So far, so good for Thieves. They're starting to bring it back, looking for a lead change at their own, but the shots nice there in the backside for Cammy.
Yeah, I mean, Cammy just stays alive, and he actually blocks his spawn. Okay. So one player spawns all the way out. Fame is there now right on the hill, so it looked clean. 3 dead. Off of Kenny's 2-piece, but then right off his spawn, Røkkr get into the hill. So keeping around that 20-point lead You have Kenny with dead silence, working that back door, trying to find the flank. He's able to find it. Here comes the rest of the team. But Cammy staying alive. Another cruise missile to work with for Minnesota Røkkr.
It's one thing you were maybe worried about with Thieves. You've had these big battles in the first round, right? You played FaZe, you played OpTic, right? You've had these tough battles, and you've dominated this matchup. Almost like a playing down to your competition concern, or like one of those trap game type scenarios?
I mean, potentially. I think it's a trap game, but again, because of their disappointing performance in Major 3, I think they're just trying to, you know, get started here in a winners round 1. I don't think they want to go down to that losers bracket early in the tournament. But Drazah, he's going to be able to find 2, is now Minnesota Røkkr right up around 40 points. Well, we talked about the cruise missiles. Afro and Cammy, they both have one. The first one going to come in, probably getting blocked by a trophy. Unless they take care of that, well, they do. They're able to find one. So Afro's going to take down Octane. Now starts the rest of the break. If they can find it, it's so tough behind that statue. Get little snakes behind it, and well, there we go. LA Thieves able to hold on.
All right, Afro, what can you bring to the table here in a crucial moment? Just a 20-point advantage, seconds winding down, getting ready to worry about an upcoming rotation. We'll swap it over to Bance. Just locking it down for now. New hard point, here we go. Big time now for Røkkr, but big time for Thieves, and maybe try and get a break. There's gonna be an opening. It's the sub duo. They get a pick on either side of it. Now, can you respawn? If you're 2 players remaining for Røkkr, Afro goes big and at least able to get 2, but into the point go Thieves. They're able to sweep and combine those together.
Yeah, you also get the spawns as well for P2, but you do have one player, Bance, just kind of lurking top dark right now. Bance is just trying to stay alive, set up that pinch, but Envoy, Octane able to find multiple kills. Octane, maybe you know, a slower start than what we expected from what we've been seeing online, but a big comeback here. P5, what a hold from them. Now into P1, they have the lead. Up to 11 points. It spawns for P2. Is Kenny able to drop 3? And this is that trap that we talked about, right? This is what we saw at the end of their online match. Can Minnesota Røkkr get out of this?
Yeah, and just in general, like Røkkr have played people tough at times, and they just not have what it takes to close it out. The ice hasn't been there in some of these big moments, and Kenny is just tearing them apart. That's going to be 6 in a row now. Just trying to get up in the box. Please, game, let me mantle. Able to snap back and take another one. The streak will stop at 7, but lovely stuff there. Now a streak in from Cammy. Afro was able to get one with his earlier one. The problem is 2 of his teammates go down to Envoy, but he's able to pick up 1. Bance threw on the kill feed as well. Now they look for this big break, because biggest advantage we've seen now for Thieves.
And I like that from Cammy, right? I feel like a lot of the times, you know, you're always doing for that player on the hill. He actually goes for Octane back truck. There's not a trophy back there, so he's able to find it. Røkkr down 30 points. Let's go to a listen in with Røkkr.
He is new. Yeah. Take your time, man. I'm one shot.
I'm playing P1, okay? One's gonna P1 or probably like low on maybe.
Go through. Make sure they're not top boat right.
There's one clean break here, boys. So we need one
You guys go through. You guys go through.
He's not top window.
Left it in the truck.
I can't see anything in the...
They're playing top. I think they're playing top.
Yeah,
maps,
they will be.
Let me check maps just quickly.
Do we have equipment or what?
Yeah,
I do.
We close right probably.
Let's play front then if we have equipment, right? I'm streaking it. Oh, no, I'm not streaking. Sorry, I'm fucking nading close. I need close.
You ready?
He's weak on the boat. Weak on the close spot.
Alright, 3.
I'm waiting for you guys.
He's angling.
No, top fucking cages, top cages.
He's top time. He's top time.
Top cage left side, top cage left side.
I got it. I'm waiting here still.
Oh, go again.
He's gonna go maps. He's gonna go maps, okay?
Yeah.
Kenny. Still
What's top time?
Do you want to play this
top time?
Top. Dead. Right. Really weak on the box. Really weak on the box.
On time, weak.
I do the box. Nice.
Use equipment now.
Now, this is a very hard point to break, hard point to break into, but like it seemed like, I don't know, like the comms were a little bit off there. I know there was somebody misspoke about a streak versus a nade, but the timing of it, you know, it's hard to break regardless, but it seemed a little bit of a cluster when they were first setting it up.
Yeah, I liked it though. It's a little bit unique though, right? Just timing that equipment, talking about do we have the nades? How are we gonna break? The problem is just P3 so difficult to get into. Røkkr able to hold it the first rotation this time. Thieves made sure they had it on lockdown, and now you can see the biggest lead of the game for LA Thieves as they are only 35 points away from closing out map number 1.
They've really taken over the second half of this game. What do you have left in the tank if you are Røkkr? Can you do something nuts? The tail end of this stretch, that'll be 2 kills through for Røkkr, still locking down the hard point. Plenty of time here to earn. Bance trying to stay alive, but he stays alive just long enough to get help. Make sure Drazah couldn't pick a second one. That's gonna be Fame that gets 2 on through. So far, so good. You get this time, watch. You're down about 15 or so points. you're right back in this game, and we're looking at maybe a nutty finish.
Notice what happens. Kenny's still with that cruise, but he knows that playing Envoy, Octane. It can just be difficult on this hill, right? I mean, with those sort of close spawns that you can get, you can see right now, you go through the back door, you hit the side. If you time it together, it's so tough to lock down this hill if you're not able to push out. But this is nice time for LA Thieves. And the rest of Minnesota Røkkr are actually going to rotate. A nice kill there from Bance to, give them a couple of seconds. But to me, it comes down to this.
Well, I think the good part is, like, you did enough there if you're Røkkr that the time you get if you're Thieves isn't, like, necessarily you're in desperation mode. Like, you need 19 more points, not like 5. So you've got a chance to set up here, maybe get the time and then think about the next rotation, not have to do both, but that is a problem. I thought the trophy was going to deal with it, not going to happen. Oh no, the missile comes through, picks up 2, that's 4 dead, and everything I said about Røkkr's chances just got blown up.
Yeah, we're always surprised when cruise missiles actually work. So there we go, the 2-piece comes in from Kenny. It pays off, a couple of more seconds. They take this map. Envoy just trying to stay alive. Him and Kenny going off on this map number 1. We talked about the form this sub-duo was in. Online coming into this major, they are keeping it up here in this map number 1.
Well, it's just a matter of time now, unless there's an absolute miracle here for Røkkr. That's 3 headshots through on the feed for LA, and that will do it. Thieves strike first, they get on the board, and what was kind of a gritty early game. Like, you had like, what, a 20-point lead here for Thieves, 20 points for Røkkr, like really back and forth. They kicked it into another gear late in that game.
Well, it's at P5 and P1, right? At the end of that first rotation, Røkkr had the lead. You use the streak, the trophy obviously blocks it, but then the LA Thieves held on, right? They held on. The slaying from start to finish was just so good. The Dex talked about Bance, right? When Bance and Afro were going off in Major 2, that's when this team has looked their best. Bance, a rough map number 1. But I guess the good thing is you're going to a search and destroy, and that's what this team needs to win.
Yeah, they do. But I was impressed with the Thieves win because maybe you don't put as much stock into it, but for me, like, having to play OpTic and FaZe round 1 to the last couple majors, you combine that to the fact you're here without a crowd. You combine that with the fact that Røkkr is also desperately trying to make a run because they're in the battle with Vegas. Like, I thought there was a chance you maybe are a little flat to like come out in the map 1 and Røkkr catch you, but they don't.
Speaking of rock, we're rocking out right here. There we go.
This is good. What are we doing here?
Yeah, this is Maven's loving this, but yeah, there you go. I mean, this first P3 was fantastic. You'll see this lead grow a little bit for Minnesota Røkkr, but then it's all LADs, and they just don't allow them to get right back to the game. Kenny, from start to finish, he was unbelievable, and then that streak, the second P5 to break the game wide open, to put it away.
Yeah, because if like that doesn't hit, well, I was trying to say like right before that, like, when we talk about this, it's such a narrow lead, like 5 to 8 points or something, and you've got to like get the tail into that time, but also with the rotation, it's so hard to do. You kind of had that little window, but like Røkkr, if they had a nice hold, like you had a chance to then worry about the rotation, maybe get a break and win the game. But then, yeah, Kenny hits the streak and take everything back, threads the needle, gets the 2 kills, and that'll be the end of the story for map 1.
Yeah, but I think for LADs, I mean, obviously you have that loss to OpTic coming into this, but yeah, I think just after Major 3, it just had to be motivation. It had to just be so motivating to get back into it.
These last couple of years with them, right? Like we talk about it a lot, but it's like late in the year, it's usually around May or June or something, they're starting to hit their form. But with us starting the league 2 months earlier, like we're in that right now. This is where Thieves should be starting to hit form. And
well, we thought they were looking at hitting form in Major 2. That's how they got to a final.
Yeah, true. Well, I guess I kind of thought like they continue to maybe improve.
Exactly.
Like, get better. Yeah. But we got some stuff to chat about with the Expo map 3, but wait till we get to the control. Now we'll go to the search and destroy, and you were saying like this is where Thieves have struggled at times. Like this is where if you're going to catch them, Røkkr's got to do it here, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Thieves, that feels like their identity is always around the respawns. If they can clean up, if you win 50% of search and destroys with this roster, I think you're feeling pretty happy about it. But yeah, when you look at LSCLO search and destroy, they've had like 4 round 11 losses.
That's Octane's entire career.
He's had a bunch of round 11 losses on this map. Like, it's a map they played a lot of. There's a lot of repetitions for LADs. It's just if they can clean it up. They're one of the best teams at finding first bloods on the map, but I think they're like dead last with that first blood advantage. So yeah, we'll see if that gets better here.
Yeah, I just think about the number of times I said that over Sam's career. Like, oh, this team he's on, whatever it is, LG, or they win 50% of their searches. They're probably winning the event. Like, it's always been a thing. It's just wherever he's been, man, they've been able to make the plays in the respawn. Just can the search click? We're, I think, just getting maybe game ready for the map too from our production side, so we should be hopping into it for those.
I can't wait to head over there.
Thank
Dude, like I imagine the trash talk's gonna be pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, no.
They are literally like they could fist bump.
Yeah, so we
they
Joe,
wanted to.
We're like in a cast here at the production studio each day, and then we're basically headed over there and doing interviews, hopping on the watch parties, joke around with the players. So it's gonna be a fun time. We hope you guys at home are enjoying the show.
Yeah, there you
just
saw
getting started.
LADs 4 and 10 on this map, so a ton of reps, 14 times, but again 4 round 11 losses. Those go the other way. I mean 8 and 6, and
that was pretty good.
It's a much better record.
Yeah.
That's just not the way things work.
Certainly it's not, but I'll tell you what, I was like struggling to like wake up and get going today. It's a little different when you're not walking into, the major with like the crowd and people are coming up to you and stuff. But the rock music, I'm ready now.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready. I am running through a wall.
We got some new music.
Ah!
This is brand new to us.
Yeah, right, brand new to us. Well, Afro tries to tuck into the corner. He's able to stay up. Teammate gets dropped. He at least gets one, but will fall right after. So Envoy into the point. I thought maybe a little bit of a panic there for a moment, but Kenny's got the angle to finish the kill. So it'll be Fame by himself. We'll see what this young man is capable of in this moment. Trying to pull off the 1v3. Not going to happen. Octane tucked away on a lamp and a couch.
Yeah, it just starts. It's all that skirmish inside that A site. I mean, the trade's going down. LA Thieves, you saw them just kind of hitting it from all different angles.
There's no trophies. And like, you hit that stun, it's like, all right, let's
Boom,
go.
That's the entry. Yep. Right, let's go. They didn't put anyone inside of the site because they wanted to use those nades in round 1. As you said, they know Røkkr has no trophies, so nice teamwork there. And there we saw, right? Some shots were coming in. They didn't over-challenge. I think that's one thing LA Thieves just trying to work on in their discipline is those over-challenges and search and destroy.
Do you think I'm a disciplined man?
No. You are the opposite.
Oh, man. I was watching Joe try and fight bees this morning, bro. Like, he carpeted bees. He was chasing around with a pillow.
Dude, those things suck.
Yeah, no, I do, Joe. But you were the bee hunter this morning. It was impressive stuff. Afro hit with a nade, taken down to half HP, and that's a follow-up. So 2 nades going to connect. Nice opener there from Thieves. Afro ripped out of it. I mean, he gets what? He gets stunned to start the last round. He catches 2 frags here. Good luck.
This is another interesting round. I mean, Envoy by himself plants the bomb. Kenny in Arcade. He's going to get spotted. Well, Bance is going to find that. They know Envoy's in here, so they can isolate him, and then it's Drazah and Octane. This is very similar to the way FaZe plays this map, right? They work the A-bomb and then on the ARs to kind of clutch this round out. But it can be difficult when you have no map position, but it's I see your leg! And now it's a 1 versus 1. Oh, I hear some. I mean, you and I hear.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, I'm going to assume he does. Oh, easy one to close that out. Now 2-0 to Thieves. Yeah, you just heard him sprinting at him. Yeah, because sometimes, like, it's, I've never really thought about that. Like, as much as we say it's different for players, when you have the crowd roaring and stuff like that you don't hear the footsteps as much. I never thought about the fact that, like, we don't really either. That's the clearest footsteps I've ever heard while casting.
Yeah, he's definitely not on the bomb.
Like, if you're watching at home, maybe it's a little bit different, but, like, yeah, we don't really hear that very well usually at an event, but... Yeah, I heard him stomping there. Drazah now 3 in a row, 4 in 1 start. Thieves up 2.
But that is all just set up by that bomb plant, right? I mean, where Envoy plants it, set up for the clutch with the AR. Drazah able to find that first pick, the second onto the player going for the defuse, just able to play his life. Nicely done there. Now LA Thieves up 2-0.
You stun me, I stun you.
He didn't stun him.
That was the plan. Worried he's going to get pushed, but now just biding his time. Envoy playing the site. Drazah waiting for the push, but you can see Cammy is working all the way out tower side on X-ray, more the mini-map.
And I like that Envoy, he opens up that door in case these fights go down. He can quickly help out his teammate. But there you go. There's a first blood up to 5 and 1 for Drazah now. Has a nade. Are you going to peek this? Afro was thinking about it, but he's gonna back away. Cammy still trying to find an opening, trying to work that flank, and we've seen this from time to time. You can wrap all the way around to B. The problem is the clock. 25 seconds left. These are gonna know something is up sooner or later with the info that they have.
When you put multiple deadies into this, you hope you at least get a kill off of it. There's one, it's Fame. Plant going down. That'll be done. Cammy's able to find a pick, I think at the tail end of his deadie, or the spot that he was able to get to. Numbers now to Røkkr as they find the picks. Remember, it was Drazah with that first blood. Røkkr trying to clutch up, and they desperately need a round. Envoy, I think, gonna get caught. It's a tough gunfight, and he will fall. Røkkr, you win the 3v4 in a round that you needed. You get one on the board.
Yeah, and you know, again, that's an option when you have so many players inside of that B area. They just wrapped all the way through. But yes, the deadie helps, right? Because they invest the deadie.
Yeah, two or three of them, I think.
LA Thieves, they don't know exactly. They could be right outside of that B site, ready for the clash, but they just go right on over to A. A nice round out of Røkkr.
Yeah, because there was only, like, when those deadies got used, like, what, 20 seconds or so on the clock. Where you're able to wrap the whole way around, make sure you're at least getting the bomb planted, extend that time, then find the picks. They do a beautiful job of that. Drazah's still leading the way on one side. It is a very balanced affair for Røkkr. It's just about everybody sitting at 2-2.
That's what we talked about with Thieves. The worst first blood conversion on this map on the year. So there was another one of those examples with that first blood. Bomb going down. Bance trying to work the flank, but Drazah, the timing goes his way. You saw the frustration on Bance's face. Cammy able to clean it up and find that kill.
Well, it's another first blood for them, though, right? See if this time they can do it. Deadie's still going for Envoy. Nice snapback. That was beautiful. I thought he was caught, but Envoy, a freak on the sticks. This time, Thieves behind the first blood, they close it out. And that might go differently if Envoy loses that gunfight. I thought, what was it, Afro? Like, I thought he was about to get first bullet and catch him, but he looks back at just the right time.
What's crazy, too, is, I mean, that resets the deadie, right? So Envoy, I mean, he just knows, I can go on a big flank here. A nice patience out of Kenny and Envoy that round. The first offense for LA Thieves, it was all about the ARs clutching up right there. It's all about that sub-duo on the site. But yeah, Bance just getting caught. I mean, it's just one of those things you're hoping to catch the timing. Drazah, he must have just, it's one of those things, picked up that angle at the right time.
Is that all 4 first bloods now? But what was the first? Oh yeah, first time they hit the stun and got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 4 first bloods for Thieves.
And there's another one. Had it.
Yep. Octane putting damage to just about everybody. 2 are going to drop, 3 are going to fall. They're getting mowed down like you mowed your lawn this morning, Joe.
It's a beautiful day for it, honestly. Nothing like a cup of coffee and mowing the lawn. Whew. A beautiful sunny day, but LA Thieves, as you said, mow them down in that round. They were all trapped bar side. They just collapsed with the stuns and the nades once again. But Drazah really going off. And I think it's just big for him because he really struggled Major 3. Like, he did not individually have a good tournament. And he's like,
didn't play a whole lot, but yeah.
I mean, well, that's just one of those things.
Yeah,
he wanted to bounce back. We know the type of player that he is. He loves to put that time in.
Well, it's been a weird, like, past few months for them because remember they went in the major, they got to a final, like they didn't scrim beforehand because like Kenny was having his migraine issues and stuff, and or whatever, vertigo, sorry, and then they were able to scrim and then didn't do well, and now you're trying to rebound. Now it's just been a little all over the place. They hit another nade. Remember it was the second round, I believe they connected 2 to take Afro off the map. This time they connect again. That should be 6 straight first bloods, but Bance with some movement. He was at 1 HP, so he might have died to a rock. I'm not even sure he got shot. Might have tripped and broke his ankle there.
No, Kenny definitely
I know. He was on 1 HP after that fight.
Hey, don't give him any ideas. You never know. Take your 1 HP away.
We've now added realism here at IW to the point where blades of grass. You hit enough of them, well, 2 damage. Deal with it.
Stuns for Vanguard. Those things used to do a ton, but there we go. LA Thieves again. Just very decisive. It just feels like they've really focused on their search and destroy in practice. You just see how quick they are, kind of where the setup's going to be. The nades have been on point, and well, 6 first bloods. That leads to a 5-1 lead.
I mean, yeah, you can't even. It's one of those things where even if they are the worst at converting first bloods in the league, if you get every first blood in the game, Now, granted, they've been efficient in this one. They have. It is 5-1, but still, you don't usually win search and destroys where you get 0 first bloods. I'm sure it has happened, but it's not typically a pattern for success, Joe.
No, it is not. It is not.
I saw a little head, said, nope, that's not my fight, and it's Cammy, though. Finally, there is a first blood through for Røkkr. That's your pal's dead body there, but now we're shooting teammates' bodies. Drazah, sick.
Just trying to find his gun. I think he actually dropped it. Yeah. He had Deddy, so he was just trying to, you have the Deddy pop, just trying to make that play. Now he's just got to wait. But now bomb's starting to work in towards that A site, so it's going to be a retake for LA Thieves. Van's not going to find anyone. The rest of Røkkr is going to wait. Oh, well, Cammy again.
Adios.
The second one.
You die fast.
Couple of headshots, that's it.
Yeah, just gone. Yeah, 30 seconds left on the clock. 3v2 for Røkkr. Obviously a crucial round for them and a crucial map. They're gonna win every round if they're gonna get this done.
That looked good.
Yeah, at least 1 or 2 of those. I thought he's gotta be just bamboozled. Like bamboozled. Like I shot there.
It's a reinforced couch. No, I've definitely, yeah, you can get wall banged through that. I don't know, just the angle. It was close though, not able to connect onto him, but still the time was the worry.
It's like the
for LA Thieves.
Whatever you call it, the idle sway. It's like, it just feels like you're on it, but with the bounciness, like one of those just missed. I thought for sure he should have got 1 hit marker.
Much around. This is what we talked about, right? Cammy just really stepping it up this stage, playing better and better, looking more comfortable. But problem is they have 3 match losses in a row. Lucky to start in the winners bracket. Luckily there's a 5-0 team. There's 3 or 4 4-1 teams.
Lucky to have a helmet bender in the qualifier.
Yeah, nothing on land in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, I mean,
it started.
That's where you get your 2 wins, but since then, struggling. Octane. Oh, right as he takes the scope off, he gets out. The pinch comes through. Take out 1, now 3 versus 3.
At least Afro able to find 1. That's gonna be bombed down, but Kenny with the chow, he was ready for it. Able to take 1 down, but look at the rest of LA Thieves. They're working sort of that outside near the tower, starting to work towards the defensive side. Maybe they're thinking going over towards B. You have Fame looking around, Cammy just trying to find info. That's a problem for Røkkr.
Do you notice the distinct lack of the YY sound when we swap POVs?
Yeah, off of Kenny, yeah.
It got so quiet, going to Deddy and no Kitty. Oh, well, the timing is perfect, and the YY Lord chows to take down Cammy. 2v1 for the map.
Got Deddy. Just what is the timing like? Bombing to get planted.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, you're shooting at one, the other one pops on up. Had a stun and an 8, but LA Thieves, they have dominated this matchup on the year. Now up to 14-0. Can they make it 15?
Yeah, I think you see the frustration there on the face of Bance. Listen, I don't know if this is one they expected to win, but when you look over at the other side, you see Octane giggling like someone just said a funny joke. They've literally just drop-kicked you in the forehead the last 5 times you played. It's frustrating, and I think it's got to compound it when you know that this is a surging Legion now, and you're going through the problems you are. Might have felt okay when you were up 10 points, but now that you're trailing in the overall standings, I just feel like everything gets multiplied. It just does.
Yeah, pressure's on. Or we're at the end of the year. They have another stage. You never know, but LA Thieves on the other side, they are rocking and rolling so far throughout this match. 9 from Kenny, 9 from Drazah, that duo, but just a very controlled map from LA Thieves. They had a game plan coming into this. You can just tell their nades were on point, finding a ton of those first bloods. They played it perfectly.
So, controlled maybe where you're going to catch him, but with the way that it's been going, and we're getting ready to go to an expo. I know we got some points we want to talk about with that probably after the break, but that might be the interesting part of it. We'll touch on that when we get back. 2 maps down, Thieves are up. Can they close it out now on the expo? We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Look like the pros, play like the pros with the new CDL team packs. We've got it all. Home and away, male and female versions, weapon camos, emblems, and calling cards for your favorite squads. And stay in the loop by signing up for the Call of Duty League newsletter. Keep up with breaking news, event discounts, and more. Scan the QR code on screen for more information.
Minnesota Røkkr desperately trying to bring it back. Live there from the venue where the guys are competing. You got to muster up something. I saw Looney coming out to chat with the guys. You know, Looney, I think we respect as one of the smarter, unselfish players we've had. How is he going to gas these boys up, get them ready?
Well, I mean, it's always just like, what's the discussion, you know, after being down 0-2? I just feel like it's kind of one round, one map at a time. Let's just refocus, forget about those couple of maps. You could tell Bance was just frustrated and just got to brush it off. It's tough to do in that moment.
Well, it was interesting because we had JP, you know, coach of OpTic, on the podcast recently and sort of asked him, like, what do you tell the guys in those quick little intermissions? Like, are you giving them sort of stats of something upcoming like that? And he's like, what do you say? He was like, no, not really. Just like a quick little point, little reminder about maybe a trait or some way they like to play the game. But
talk about.
He's like, I don't want to give them a bunch of stats in their heads. They're about to go play.
Yeah, but speaking of control, this guy right here, Octane, he has just been popping off in this mode. He has been unreal, and this is a map that is in their map pool now, right? Added into this stage. Fortress, we'll see you later. We will not miss you. Control.
And what's it remind you of last year?
Yeah, so for me, I just think you and I were talking about it. It kind of reminds me of when Berlin Control was brought into it. And as soon as that happened, these kind of dominated the game mode. It was difficult to beat them in Control. And to me, it's kind of the same thing. It's just, where do you want to play them now? Is it going to be Hotel? Is it going to be Expo? They get better at a CLO. It just feels like these are some maps that LA Thieves should be good at.
Yeah, no, 100%. Drazah just looking. Where is he lurking? And there he is. Gets eyes on. Can't hit the shot. So 1v1 across the hall. He's going to get tagged up. Octane there to help him. I'm not sure if he connects the nade onto him or his teammate Octane, but Octane ultimately will pick up the kill.
Yeah, so your B's going to be done, and this is typically what you'll see is the offensive teams. Sometimes you see them go towards A first just because it could be a bit of the tougher zone to capture, but they're going to find this early time over at B. The key for the defensive team is going to be number 3. That's going to be Fame. He is blocking an offensive spawn over towards that top street side. So as long as LA Thieves don't have that position, it can be difficult to work over towards A. They're going to have to flood through Globe, through Bar. But Drazah and, well, who is that, Kenny? Just kind of working the spawn. Trying to just waste the lives. They have a lot of time to work with. That's going to be their play. But the other side of the map, Afro, he's going to take down 2.
Bance, the other 2. So they'll clear them off the board for now. Except for Envoy, who's just going to be here lurking. Octane actually ends up getting the kill. The tag's in, though, from Envoy. And that's the player we're talking about. Fame, they had to get out of the picture. They're going to pick him up. And now, as they funnel through the backside, you've got that position to work the point.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 dead now. You have restaurant control. You still have Octane, who's just controlling top street. Just making sure. And now, Kenny, he's just cutting off the reinforcements from top bar with that tack. They're going to try to cut him down, able to do so. So the good thing for Minnesota, you haven't had anyone on the point, at least. And they were able to retake control of that staircase. So now you have Bance working over towards that bus. But Envoy, he's just going to try to stop the clock. Maybe work this position a little bit.
Yeah, you got, what, about 60 seconds here to work with. Nobody on the point for now, just playing his kills. He's able to do just that. Trying to keep them from getting set up in the back again. Now onto it we go. How much progress are they going to be able to get here?
Yeah, you have one player lurking, Afro. As a sub, it can be pretty difficult on this map at times, but this is one of those key areas. Is right on
Fun
this
to have,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to have. Yeah, you can just make plays of finesse, but a quick trade out of Octane. Kenny there as well. Just keeping that life advantage, but that clock starting to tick down pretty quickly. They're trying to find Kenny. He's trying to work up.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Spa's on the outside, but does get taken down, so very strong defense here so far for Røkkr.
30 to go. They got back into their spots for a second, but the nade able to connect on the Bance. That's going to open up the backside of the point. Working to get in. That'll be Envoy. The pinch coming in from either side. You kind of got players all over the place now for Røkkr. I thought for a second Drazah might have the big play, but he gets dropped, but his teammates step it up and get the rest of the kills. Now onto the point you go. It's going to stop at 15.9. 8 lives remaining for Røkkr. 9 left now for Thieves.
Kenny's just, again, watching that cross, making sure nobody can get to the outside, but he mantles up the timing. If he just holds that, maybe that's a kill. Here comes the rest of the retake. That's going to be 3 dead. Now, quickly out of connector. They get right onto that point, so still 10 seconds to work with. You pause the clock. You almost have the second take. A nice win from Octane. He's up to 10 and 5. One player on the pinch. That's going to be Afro. Maybe the hero for Røkkr to win this round 1. It's looking that way.
Time's dwindling. I don't think you're close enough to go. Point man will be Envoy. Not going to get there in time, or is he? Not quite. So you hold on if you're Røkkr, and you did a good chance, or did a good job, because you had to retake, like, well, what? It was the first minute where you held really well until Fame dropped, and then you had to retake 2-3 times. And you did an excellent job of it. Now, if Kenny doesn't mantle there and gets one on the cross, maybe it plays out a little bit differently, but that's just, I mean, we've all been there. It's just like you mantle most of the time when you don't want to.
Or he's just thinking, I'm going to move up a little bit, just, check a different angle. Maybe they're not
just
going
bad
that
timing.
way. Just, tough guy timing. But, again, still got 5 ticks if you are LA Thieves, so a nice offensive round. But a couple of chances there for them to win it.
Let's see if Røkkr can have some success on offense. Similar to what we saw on the other side. To B we go. Thieves push through the backside of A. As they start to wrap back to retake this, you see the arrows starting to get set up if you are Røkkr. There's a 2-on-2 fight going down towards Theater.
And this is what will be interesting, right? When you're only leaving 1 or 2 players on this zone, if that defensive team can work up those stairs over towards top globe and kind of put you in that trap, that is when it is just a little bit scary. But Cammy able to find 2. It's 3 in the round, 3 in a row for him. Fame with another one. So there's that progress over towards B. You can kind of see, though, what Drazah is doing. You're kind of trapping them in. Just can they find these kills to keep them in that spawn?
Yeah, how long can they pin him in? Will just come down to lives. Such a tough fight. So you get the smoke throw dumps from the nade. Can't spot where he is exactly. The chow comes out and he will drop. A flurry of kills through for Thieves now. And they'll continue.
They just go. They just fly. They just leave it. They leave Cammy and they say, we'll just trap the other 3 players. You see the position that Kenny and Drazah were in, just trying to get in the face of Minnesota Røkkr, but they do get taken down. And now Cammy's in that spot that Kenny was in. A very strong position to deal with those players off of spawn. He's able to win 1.
Nice shots there from Big Ken. That'll be 2 for him. Mantling up will get dropped. The trade through for Octane, though. And you're on the clock. You stopped. I thought for a second. Never mind. Sorry. I thought Afro had gotten into position, but he's just biding his time, waiting for his teammates, trying to take the fight to the close range.
Yeah, he's just hoping like someone piece him inside of this restaurant or waiting for his ARs in a position to look over him. Well, Denny's going to get popped. Envoy, he's going to pop on out. Able to re-snap a close gunfight. Afro was trying to finesse. But Thieves doing a very good job again, controlling this position, not allowing Minnesota Røkkr to get towards that A point.
Yeah, they haven't found the success of getting Envoy out of his spot or just really applying any pressure. I know Afro's gotten kind of close a couple times, but you haven't seen the same success towards the A site that Thieves had, despite not actually capturing it. Is this maybe going to be the moment? No, big draws. That'll be 2 through for him. And you've still got Octane set up close to the point as Kenny's finding his picks.
Yeah, and every single time, right, you're starting to work that top street. It's been Kenny or Drazah working over here towards Globe, towards this connector, making sure no one can help out Minnesota Røkkr off a spawn. 10 seconds ago. Finally, someone's on to A, but that's going to be 3 dead. We know in control. It just takes one chance, 1, 3, or 4 dead, and that's going to be a stack here for Minnesota Røkkr. You have a couple of players.
There's 1 minute of progress.
Cammy went to spawn kill, but he's going to get taken down, and with that, should be the round.
So what? They'll be down a tick, right? Because you got 2 Thieves, I believe. Okay. Well, that was almost like, as much as it seemed like Thieves had more success on the offense, like that was close to them just getting 2 points. And maybe you're tied at least when it goes to segments, but Thieves able to take it back pretty quickly, and we'll get ready for round 3. Nice centering there from Octane.
We'll see what adjustments, both of these teams make. Will either offensive team try to, go for A first? Maybe try to catch them off of the break and get that point done. We're pretty balanced on both sides. A little bit more slaying for LA Thieves, but Minnesota Røkkr right there.
That's a new update. You just hop in that like Jeep.
Just
go and smash them.
Yeah, that's just how we're starting our brace now, huh?
Who's got the Jeep? Send all 4. Nice opening here from Røkkr. They'll be able to take out 3. So no early success on the B. I mean, both teams pretty much were able to get right onto it and at least work their way towards a quick capture.
Yeah, that was just a different start for Afro and Bance.
Nice,
just went right onto the B point.
Okay.
But yeah, Kenny, he's going to find 2 off his spawn.
And that was a nice job kind of reeling his aim back in. Like, he had to snap, got a little like windy there for a second, but circled it right back in, and then able to get 2 kills. It's like real close range fights with people. You're like chest bump. It can be awkward at times. He makes it look easy.
And again, just keeping 1 or 2 players on it. You have Envoy just kind of lurking, making sure nobody is working towards those top windows. It's going to be Bance and Fame over towards that top street. And Envoy, he might catch one. He's been lurking this entire time, and he's able to find 1. Maybe this starts up for LA Thieves. This B is going to be done.
Does he win the fight towards the back? That fight's going down now. It looks like Envoy, at least on the minimap, is giving it up. Just kind of waiting for his teammates maybe to get in position, or he'll try to continue to reach out. So just watching that 5 and 3 bottom left of the map. Octane just getting across. He's patient boy, and the patience pays off.
Yeah, nice movement out of Octane, able to just play his life, get ready for that next fight. But again, with no top street control, with no restaurant control, it's just going to be difficult to work over towards A.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. If I kind of started to focus on Octane, I think Envoy ended up losing that fight.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Fame and Cammy have just been holding this down. But there we go. Maybe an opening. Maybe you force them back.
Looks like they're just trying to hit this from the front. Like, they just forget about the street, and they're just going to power their way on in. And that's another big win for Envoy. They just go bruiser mode, it feels like. Just hit it from the front.
And that's exactly what you could do, right? With that connect, when you have connector and bar control, you can leave those players restaurant and street, ignore them, force them to come back to you. That was the play call. Then they go on the hunt. You have a couple of players on it. 1 tick is in. But they have to worry about Bance. And on the other side, it's Kenny, again, in the spawn. The fights on the point are going the way of Røkkr.
But the nice part about those hits, too, is a lot of times, like, it just develops quicker, so you can, like, get more chances, maybe. Whereas like, when you're trying to build up that back street, just like that back street fight can take a while. You're trying to develop this pinch onto the point. You go for just a pound-it type style. Like, you make the play, you're on the point in a second.
Yeah, you're talking about hitting it from the front.
I don't know, Joe.
And pound it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Maven's thinking about. This guy is in the move, but here we go. 40 seconds left. LA Thieves up 1 in lives. Have 1 take done. But they really just, they haven't had a stack. That's really been the key here. Minnesota Røkkr have been able to hold on to this position. Which corner are you in? You checked the wrong one, and this is what you want to see. Bance
again, he has 1 HP, bro. It's like the 3rd fight I've seen, just 1 health to go. Guy's a miracle, a walking miracle.
Is he still alive? He's still alive.
He survives through it all. 8 seconds left in this one. Lots of tags in, can't finish it, but the feed has been all purple. 5 in a row for Bance, and they hold on. A moment again where it's like they really got a shot here. A little more similar to maybe Røkkr's offense. You only got 1 shot, but like, I basically perfect kind of retake there from Røkkr. I mean, they get all the kills around the point once they get set up.
Dude, I think this is a zone over towards A where you can kind of play it very, kind of just what we talked about, very messy, just always stacking the point, forcing a lot of fights. But, you know, in typical LA Thieves fashion, they're trying to keep 1 on it, slay around it, right, get map control. Then once you get 3 or 4 dead, then you go on the point. But, you know, just so far, there's been 1 or 2 kills that have gone Røkkr's way that have stopped all the momentum for LA Thieves.
Whatever, it's not Fortress, I don't care.
Same. It's a beautiful looking map.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like a nice expo.
It really is. Defense still. We're looking to see how they want to build up this retake. First point there done. They get 2 kills though, and now it should be the pinch ready to come on through. You got a lot to watch if you're Røkkr. Everybody coming off spawn. Here comes the collapse. Røkkr getting the kills though. Kenny doesn't get traded. It's Drazah up top that finds them all, and then Kenny helps them out. What a little duo that was in that sequence.
Yeah, this is what they have to be wary of. When you're going to push over towards B, you're going to give them that A spawn top street. But Envoy and Octane off of spawn, able to pick it on up. But you do have some pressure here. You're going to have a couple of players on this A zone. It's where these defensive teams, they have to be smart off of spawn and find those kills. But what, you have 2-3 players on it. That is going quick. Here comes a retake now. Kenny, Envoy, they're going to get things started for LA Thieves.
Are you able to get this one first? Is it possible? Afro, right back to it. Still knows he's contesting here. It's Octane right on the other side. Both teams just sort of waiting for the reinforcements. Octane's going to chow. He's not even going to get gun up before the Bance shotguns him. And it's another shotgun there from Afro. Envoy's head ripped clean off. Third segment started. Halfway there, can they get it done? One ripped off the point. You still got players here. We're not done yet.
That's why I don't know. I find this point very entertaining because it stretches past you and you can contest on both sides.
There's more than 1 or 2 kills and it's over. Like,
it's
Fame with the triple.
Yeah, Fame with 3. Now he's done it. It is just a foot race. Look at this. Here we go. All the way backstage goes Drazah and Octane. Trophies are out. This is a quick transition for Minnesota Røkkr. This would win them the map. Can LA Thieves hold on to B? That's going to be a big 3 dead.
It is going to be tough, though. You've got 14-14 in lives, which is going to be the major player because you've got almost 2 minutes left on this attack. So, depending on the pace of play, I think it would come down to lives. We'll have to wait and see here. Envoy, an opener. Nice little movement there with attack, sprint, and hop, but still will get caught. But it's Kenny, his sub-duo, that's able to shore things up. That was a nice little sequence there because you were, what, 14-14 in lives? You take a 3-player edge.
One player did sneak through, though. That's going to be Cammy, number 4, off of spawn. I thought they were going to watch that, and he's actually already on the point. But there we go. Drazah top windows.
No longer there.
No longer there. Ready for the next
timing.
fight. Yeah, again, just trying to hit the prone. Does get taken down, and now Afro through secret stairs, just trying to play his life.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you can prone like instantly, and sometimes it just feels so slow. I miss like mouse and keyboard instant prone, I'll tell you. But they still need 2 ticks. They only have 5 lives. Make it 4. Make it 3. Envoy, my God, he's a human highlight. As everybody falls, it is just down to Fame and Afro. They had their chance. They had their moment to end the map here, but we're looking like we're going 2-2. Unless Minnesota, known for miracles, can pull off another. Not happening here.
Well, it's been all defense, and it's just the defenses in some of these situations clutching on up.
At least it's fun to watch, though.
And I mean, it's all that transition over to B. I mean, it was a foot race, but somehow LA Thieves found all the kills. It was a clean 3-4 dead. It's Kenny with that last kill, Fame going for the knife. We'll see who's got the defense in round 5.
Yeah, I was thinking of him running at him with a knife. I was like, where are we headed here?
Just having some fun, but it's going to be LA Thieves on D.
Well, I kind of figured if it was like close, he'd be playing more for some kills there versus running out with the knife. So I mean, like
somebody's counting. Yeah.
Yeah. I certainly wasn't. Math. Well, actually, kind of is my forte, but when I'm live, not so much. Okay. Bance, steady pop. Let's hit it, kid. Well, he's the other way. He drops Afro through for 1, but you get 2 on the board if you are Thieves. And, well, I mean, for the offenses from Røkkr, you see a little bit of everything, right? You've seen the efficient B cap. When it got messy, you saw them able to transition over to A.
But yeah, they started that transition because there was no one
well, they got shut down.
Street. Nobody top street. This time you have Octane, you know, basically playing anchor, blocking that spawn, forcing everyone to go over towards B for Røkkr.
Is that a situation where you invest a little bit too much into the retake and locking down B and just open something up for Røkkr?
Yeah, but I mean, it worked. I mean, they still won the round.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah. We got one player here in Afro on the other side of it. Oh, he just keeps shooting. Probably a chance he gets both.
Well, he doesn't. Unfortunately, he doesn't have X-ray. That would be cheating.
Yeah, good point.
We knew there was a second player there. He doesn't, but he's still able to find that kill. B is done. 3 life advantage, 2 minutes. We've been here before.
Streak from Bance. Octane's got a trophy.
Unlucky, and that's going to be 3 dead after the streak usage. Bance just hoping to find a kill. Hoping his teammates off a spawn can get out.
And even if, Røkkr win this map, still a ton of work to do in this series, but you want to just give yourself a chance to go deep in the series, to clutch up, to earn those crucial CDL points, consider your position and the overall leaderboard. But, I mean, you're talking about a minute here. Otherwise, you're right in the losers and things seem kind of dire. And then you're just praying that Vegas choke. Well, not choke, but they fall into losers and get bounced. Because you lose this and if Vegas gets to win round 1, you are sweating.
But here we go. 3 go down. You have 1 player on it. You at least stop the clock for now. Afro, he's trying to get pushed up towards those spots to find a couple of players off a spawn. Envoy, he's hoping his teammates will get here, but this might be on Envoy. And what he's going to find, that's going to be 3 dead. That's going to be all 4. Now maybe a stack for Minnesota Røkkr. This might be the map.
Second point of progress done. Røkkr should be able to do it. You've got to fly right now. That's going to be 2 dead for both sides.
Why are we peeking?
It's 3. There's 1 there. It's contested. They're getting dropped all over the place. They don't just act. They try to take the fights. Maybe think it won't finish in time, but would they have? His Envoy's just laying there. A nade's able to hit, and they will close it out. It's chaos at the end of the point, but Røkkr, enough damage done that the next wave of players gets on through, and they stay alive in this series.
That is all Afro and Bance towards the end of that game. Afro able to get in this position. We're seeing the best play. Once he gets to this spot, that opened the map up. That opened up A for Minnesota Røkkr. And well, we talk about those moments. That was one of them that they needed. Now can they carry momentum forward?
Yeah, that's why I started to paint the picture.
They got a map.
That's why I started to paint the picture like a minute before that, dude. It's important. They need to get 1, push it deep. And they got it. They were able to do it. Okay, I gotta watch my phrasing. What am I doing today? Dude, deep in the series. Okay. Woo! Lock it in, Clint. But it's a big win. Now, is it a big one? The scheme of things that they lose the series? No, but it's like you could see Bance's face thing after the map too. You saw their frustrations. They'd gotten 3-0 stomped the last 4 or 5 times they'd played. You get a map, and now maybe some belief in, hey, we can do this. Now, granted, Thieves haven't necessarily been like lights out in control, but isn't this map 4-5? I think we know anything can happen. It's everything's on this 4.
Well, and this is either this map number 4 hotel. I mean, this is where it looks better for Røkkr. I mean, they're 7-4 on it. They just beat New York on it. We know New York, they love hotel hardpoint, so we'll see if they can keep this momentum up. Maybe get us to a game 5. But a much-needed map win. Just gives them some confidence versus LA Thieves.
Maybe, one of my goals is to try and break Joe's composure when we cast together. I thought I had him there for a second. I looked over, I saw you start to laugh. I thought I had you. It's all I exist for.
I got a little nervous here. Because, like, obviously when you're on this point, you're trying to, like, catch those players jumping off of, like, top glass.
Yeah.
You know, cannonball into the pool. It's a great kill, but it almost overpeaked.
Yeah.
I think if they had 3 players on it, it would have been done.
Yeah.
But the contest,
you were saying, why are you peeking?
Yeah. Because that contest could come in right outside that pool. But yeah, it was close. They were able to clutch up though.
Cannonball!
It's good looking water. In Modern Warfare.
It is. A lot went into that. 3-2 now for Røkkr. Into control, but they're down 2-1 in the series. This hard point. So big for them in their run this year. Can they get it done, push this to a map 5, and then may the Call of Duty gods above bless us with a delicious map 5.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
I wouldn't be mad about it either, Joe. But it's just, can they beat them in a hard point?
Honestly, I feel like we're already blessed. I mean, this has been 4 matches have been 3-0. So I'll take a map. I'll take a map 4.
Yeah,
give it to me.
Well, that's what we kind of joke about this sometimes. Like, You know, Joe and I've been casting a long time, and sometimes like the matches you get really pumped as a commentator to cast, like it'll, you know, be an OpTic FaZe or whatever, something like that, and then it's just like a 3-0 smashing by some side. Then the matches like this you look at and you're like, might be a dud because they've 3-0 hammered them the entire year. You might end up with a dandy. You just never know what you're gonna get here in Call of Duty Esports, and we'll see after this map 4 if we're going the distance or not.
Love seeing Cap. Great guy.
Love him.
Love him. Coaches talking to their players again. What we talked about.
Big
Some
bird.
smiles on the face of Røkkr after that map win.
Yeah, I think that's great because like when you first saw him, I mean, Bance was clearly, you know, just flustered with.
Well, I think he
it.
just had a rough couple of games timing wise.
No, he did. But like, you know, also it's just everything that how important all of this is, I think, and just a frustrating loss. But then you saw Looney come up. Just everyone sort of looked frustrated. Then they went to Octane, who was like giggling. Like it's it's probably tough to watch as a Røkkr fan. But now, yes, you see some smiles. You see them locked. Can they do it here? And this is where you said it looks a bit better. 7-4 record for Minnesota. 9-9 for Thieves.
I mean, just look at even those rotation and hold rates. I mean, top 3 in both. That means you're pretty good at the map.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive considering they haven't been great this year. They're many points, but this is one they're comfortable on.
And this is just the first match of the day. Still have a bunch of winners round 1.
Yes, sir.
On. We're just getting the party started.
Oh, it is a party. There will be music and dancing.
Already has been.
Yes, there has. Into it we go. Can Røkkr get the W? First gunfight goes their way, but well, Thieves picking up the rest of the scraps. And then to the point they will go for now.
I think keeping that map for me is you got the subs going for Minnesota Røkkr. Afro with some big plays. Bance with some big plays. I mean, before that it was all Kenny Envoy just running through them on the map. As we know with this P1, it can be difficult to lock down time because it's a lot of different spawns in LA Thieves. They're just worried about the rotation over to P2. You see Octane, him and Envoy, you know, make sure they have some positioning to get set up.
It's your typical P1, but you know,
Yeah, this is even more.
Something that Envoy has said to me multiple times in the past was like, I think one of our biggest successes with this team, and just in general with Hardpoint, is P1 on the second rotation. Because like the first one can be mixy or spawning other side. If you're able to lock down that P1 the second time through and get a big chunk of time, like that could be the swing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude. No, that P1 on Hotel is different, I swear.
Well, you know, I mean, it's just that like central.
They could spawn everywhere, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's able to work through the back. I don't know if he spawned there, got a lucky timing, or what, but they're able to pick it up. The AR, Octane and Drazah locking things down. There's gonna be Bance the 4th, so they win the rotation and a nice hold so far for LA Thieves.
Let's see how far this streak will go. I don't think very far. Yeah, just with us with X-ray, just see the crossfire. That was in that position. It'll end there. Octane just keeps on shooting. Unfortunately, most of his shots connect with that body. It's already dead on the ground. Envoy still here in the point though, trying to build up this lead up 15.
Yeah, you have Kenny on the opposite side of the map, just trying to disrupt this rotation. Bance, though, able to take him down. There's only one other player here. That's going to be Cammy on the hill, but he might just get overrun. Does he have some powerful snaking abilities? Cammy trying to do what he can, but that is going to be 3 players in for LA Thieves. The nade is in, and now the pinch for Minnesota Røkkr. They are able to hold on, so Cammy just bought enough time to get his teammates here.
I was going to try and make a snake sound, but I did. Was really. Yeah, no, I wasn't even sure if they get picked up or not. 60 now. On the scoreboard for Thieves, and they are finding the kills. Octane there with 2. Kenny enjoying himself inside. Daddy Pop got some help, got some tags in the movement. I am out. I'm like a dolphin mixed with a seal. Some sort of dolphin seal hybrid. Look at me go. Rawr.
It might be in the sequel of Dodgeball.
Could be. Dude, we were talking about last night. I'd do anything to be like those commentators that were like Jason Bateman over. Like I want to do that in the movie. Just be those idiot commentators and something. Oh,
Well, some already consider you the idiot commentator, so it's not a problem.
Well, no, I am. So it's, yeah, that's fair. You're the brains. I'm the, not the brawn. The dumb. Woo.
Thieves now with a 50-point lead with a nice hold there over towards Kitchen behind that break, but Røkkr trying to do what they can here at P4.
And they start to bring this back. Don't want it to get out of hand. We've seen some insane comebacks here. Thieves knows all too well about them.
You get a whole lot of aim assists on that one.
No, we did not. No, we did not. That's why I like casting with you in person versus we had to do this online. I see your like head shaking around, like you're like moving with that. Like, yeah.
A little windy in Columbus
Yeah, a little
today.
windy. When the aim assist does not hit, yeah, you be shooting them circles. Over the 100-point mark, though. Go Thieves. Bance now. A little bit of a snapback, but Drazah ready and waiting. New hard point popping now. Thieves will be inside and a chance to extend this lead even further. They're going to be up about 40.
Cammy
How much more can they put on this?
Yeah, Cammy found it time.
Oh, stay down, young man!
Just able to stay alive. That is huge. But now a 2 versus 2. Fame off a spawn on a 5 spree. That is going to be all 4 dead. I thought LA Thieves were able to hold on.
That's a big break, though. This is where that could have been that separation, right? Where you're looking at like a 90, 100-point advantage if you were Thieves. Now Røkkr a good shot to bring this back.
Yeah, they also have spawns 4P6, and Cammy keeping up a solid series here. Able to find 2 more.
Cruise missile available for Fame.
Yeah, well, that's where you would use it, on this nice hill over towards patio. 20 seconds left in Thieves. They might just be thinking, let's fight for this scrap time, push through kitchen, try to get to that spawn. But it's been all Minnesota Røkkr here. This has been an impressive hold these last couple of hills.
They're still down 10. Lead change not quite there yet, but this will be the moment. Give the last couple seconds over to Thieves. You set up for the next point. And here we go. Afro, ready to party. He gets 1, drops instantly after. Bance through, though, and he is able to take down 2. The read, the comms on point now for Røkkr. Chance for a lead change. It is getting tight. Great stuff here from Røkkr, and in the lead they go.
And now with the spawn, you had one player, Afro, spawn kitchen, so they know it's all about the front push, but they're just not ready for it. One player, I think that was Drazah down low. He was just able to finesse and play his light. They were all focused on him, and then through bedroom come his teammates, and well that should be a break there for LA Thieves.
Yeah, you know, I gas up their lead change. They go up 1 second, and then right after that, Thieves, they break back in. Just trying to figure out where he's getting shot from. There's like smoke from the nades low. Thinks it's coming from there. It's from up top, and Cammy finally falls. Thieves just steadily build this lead again. 19-9 out of Octane so far in this map. He's having himself one of those maps where we saw throughout the course of this stage, just dropping pub-like bombs.
Trying to take a route there. Up 25 seconds. We head back towards that P1. Drazah with a nice pick to get Bance off the hill time. Again, just making sure they have spawns 4P2. That was the focus on the first rotation. The focus here.
Tickle.
But Bance with 3 off spawn.
All right,
and then he's just
Benjamin.
gonna run forward.
My guy is twisted.
And that's what I mean. I mean, they just spawned in 3 different spots. So
Yeah,
Minnesota Røkkr are like, where are we at? Did one spawn P2? No. That's what they think right now. But Envoy, he is here, and he's going to take down Bance.
Yeah, the 3 or 4 downs is where it really can get wonky in these recent titles. And that will be the case there. Gets a little crazy, but they still hold on, at least for now. They'll worry about the upcoming rotation. That's going to pop in about 10 seconds here. Envoy lying at the corner. 23 HP. It's Drazah through on the cross that's got his health. Just nade out to back him up. Trophy there for protection. Drazah, my man, sitting tight in the pocket. Nice shots.
I mean, that is just unbelievable reaction from Drazah. You know, able to put that trophy down, knows it'll soak up that nade and then wins the next gunfight. I mean, based off that play, no one's gotten close to the hill for 15, 20 seconds now. It's as simple as it was. He's able to find one more, but now the rest of his team are ready for the pinch. And that is going to be 4 dead for Minnesota Røkkr.
LaRue still going hard in the paint. 22-13. Drazah still winning fights. Another big moment for Røkkr. If they're going to make a run, it's going to have to happen now. They need a big play. Somebody to go off in this next hard point, because that's a perfect hold there from Thieves. You got to answer if you're Røkkr.
Yeah, I mean, last time through, it was just a break for LA Thieves. They cannot allow that to happen once again here at Kitchen. As LA Thieves up 2-1 in the series, 40 points away from taking this one. Let's go to a listen with LA Thieves.
Ready freezer, Ken. Call you. I'm looking mid. He's freezer, Ken. I have mid. I have mid.
Dagger time.
Hey, I go. Nice. Look at Cat.
Back P6, just play tight.
P6.
He's caution.
P6.
Hey,
I shut the door. Hey,
He's in that room.
Hey, I'm Sundar. Sundar, Two Sundar.
Let's get caution.
Yeah, child.
Okay, last guy.
Only guy.
They're gonna be
Right here.
We're good. I'm solo. We do win up this room.
On top, freezer.
Nothing. I can need time. Two.
Good try.
It's 4 dead. 4 Thieves we come out of it, but they were getting hyped. I mean, you talked about kind of Sam's comms and gameplay ability, what he can do. You heard it all there. He was piecing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was great when Drazah, he 3-pieced him a couple of times, but then after that, Cammy came right back and was able to break the hill. They had a chance to win it there, but it all started at the beginning of that listing with Drazah finding 3 kills. Fame trying to we're going on a ride. Where are we going? I don't know, Joe. He was trying to take us on a trip around a hotel. Not sure where that missile ended up, but LA Thieves here at
somewhere on a fortress, huh? Not really sure.
Map done. Series done. I am just confused.
I was got car sick there with the missile at the end, but
I'm actually some like H cruise missiles where like they're taking it out for a circle. I don't know where that one ended up.
Not entirely sure, but where we ended within this series is another Thieves victory over Røkkr. Maybe some improvement for Røkkr in the sense you got a map, and a lot of the maps outside, the hard points were pretty tight. I mean, it was, what, 60, 70-point victories. The search, not really all that close. Just the first blood's insane there for Thieves, but I don't know what to add to this. I mean, it's kind of what we expected, honestly, within this series. Thieves, they handle business. I was worried if maybe it'd be a little bit of a trap game, but they came to play.
Oh, it absolutely did, yeah. Nice showing for LA Thieves. First match of the tournament, right? Can always be a difficult one, but finally some momentum in a winner's bracket for LA Thieves. You saw the flank getting ready.
Yeah, I don't know if you just saw that on TV or it was on the broadcast too. I've got no idea, but it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. We're going to have multiple watch parties going on. You can check out, I think, the commentary and some of the desks are going to be hopping on to hang out with those guys as well. But I mean, Sam had himself a map. You can see the 3,000 damage Drazah right there, really with it.
Well, he stepped up the second rotation, right from that P2.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, Sam was leading the way pretty clearly early on, but
and then it broke kitchen. I mean, the 70-point difference, and they had both kitchen breaks. I mean, Røkkr had the rotations both times. If they convert that into time, they might win that map, or at least a lot closer versus LA Thieves. But LA Thieves, as we said, you know, one of the best hardpoint teams, not the best, that's been OpTic.
Oh yeah,
right this stage, OpTic, but showing it right there.
But the only team that looks maybe close to a chance to kind of battle with them might be this Thieves side, maybe Seattle. But you get that first win, and there you go. Because if you think about what it's been like for Thieves in these first rounds, I said it earlier in the series, but you had to play OpTic, you had to play FaZe, you had really tough matchups, you end up in losers, and one of those events you were able to make the run, but you haven't really come in.
Doesn't always work that way.
You haven't really come in. I mean, online's online. We know there can be issues with online play, but like, you haven't put yourself in like a great winner's bracket spot in the sense of what your matchup has been. You just sort of like squeaked by a lot of the time, so you haven't got that sort of like comfort round one. Here they do. Now what can they do with it?
Yeah, we'll see. Because they got to have a tough winners round 2 matchup versus FaZe or Surge.
Yeah,
that side of the bracket's nuts.
That's what your winners round 2 should be, though.
100%.
They've just been having that winners round 1. But yeah, they get it done. They're looking good. I just don't know how. I never know with this Thieves team how far they can go. They got a chance to win the
Major
whole thing.
Major 4. That's. I mean, we know. This is usually when they turn it up.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. But thanks for watching that first match. That is it for Joe and I here for the commentary. We're going to get back over to the desk. Puckett, take it away, pal.
Thank you so much. LA Thieves coming out with a 3-1 victory. Nameless, you called this one coming in. You knew Røkkr were finally going to end the streak. They were going to get a map. They pulled it out on Expo, but even that was a little bit dicey.
Yeah, I thought it might have been that game to a CeeLo, but, you know, LA Thieves came out with some different breakoffs. They had, I think, the first 6 or 7 first bloods just lighting them up. In that series, though, I mean, LA Thieves and the hardpoints, it was beautiful, man. You talk about that hotel. That last P2 hold was one of the best, if not the best P2 hold we have seen all season long. Each and every time they needed a big play, we saw it. Drazah's 3-piece in the back of kitchen was beautiful, followed up by what, Allie? A aBeZy 3-piece from who? From
Octane. I was like, he's running around with that gun like this way y'all get to shoot with. The aBeZy is diffy, but so is Sam LaRue. It doesn't matter what gun is in his hand because in that map, he went 28 and 16. 15. I mean, just continuation over from stage 4. But can I just talk about the fact that Kenny was an absolute menace throughout this entire series? We love to talk about the fact that once we see Kenny kind of hitting his flow state, LA Thieves looks almost unbeatable. Not that he's been playing anywhere near bad, but it just makes everything so much easier for the rest of the talent on this roster.
I loved when he was in the kitchen. He was getting hill time, bouncing out, getting a kill, picking up 10 more seconds, bounce out, getting a kill. Kenny was having fun. LA Thieves once again finding success against Røkkr. That is now 5 straight matches in their meetings in this title. As we take a look at the numbers, Kenny, the 3.0 in Search and Destroy, a 1.02 in Hardpoint, and a 1.1 on the day.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, when teams make mistakes against Thieves, they pounce on it. And each and every round in that Search, Chris, what you're seeing is like just a flurry of kills. Every single time they were getting that first blood, they were proceeding to follow that up with teamwork, trading it out, playing the buddy system. And then the respawn, same thing. I mean, they're hitting their normal rotations, they're doing what they need to do. But when you give them that first kill in the back, you're getting broken down. And we saw it each and every time they got an opportunity in this series.
Allie, final thoughts on this one?
I mean, on the bright side, Minnesota Røkkr, you know, finally won a map against LA Thieves, although a 15-to-1 conversion rate isn't anything to boast about.
They got one!
They got one.
Tough road for the Røkkr, but LA Thieves are moving on to winners bracket round 2, and we got Octane with the flank. Gentlemen, take it away.
Wait, we got a delay or no?
Yeah, little because we're direct feeding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. We got Octane joining us from the Los Angeles Thieves. Sam, how you doing, man? You doing all right?
Lies, baby. 20 CDL points.
Yes, sir, Sam. 20 CDL points. Sam, you guys actually didn't drop a map to Minnesota. I think the map count was like 13-0, and you finally lost one. How's it feel to give up a map to the Minnesota Røkkr?
Especially on a Hemi Expo, dude. It could have been like in a CeeLo or something, but...
What's going on with Expo? You like the map? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah. I think it plays like one of the better control maps that we've had. It's obviously better than Fortress, and anyone that thinks otherwise is fucking brain dead. But yeah, I mean, it's just a great addition to the map pool, kind of like Berlin was last year. You know, little LA Thieves juju towards the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Move your mic a little closer, Sam. You got Seattle or FaZe potentially coming up next. I mean, is there a team that you'd rather play, or do you really not care?
I don't really care. I think the fans want us to play FaZe. Seattle did just recently beat them, so I don't know if they're going to get their land buff as they normally do with regard to FaZe, but I mean, I'm cool with whoever, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Chris, go ahead.
I got actually an interesting question for you. So I've noticed that you've been doing a lot more content recently. I've actually been tuning into your live streams, and you've been doing a road to bronze to top 250 or iridescent, right? Solo. Yeah. So with you guys playing Røkkr, and we all know how bad that record is. We all know how bad that record is. What's actually more difficult? Soloing from bronze to iridescent or playing the Minnesota Røkkr? Because right now,
oh man, that's not
it's not looking close.
What type of question is this? I'm getting baited on the flank.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The Minnesota Røkkr, bro, they're a CDL caliber team. It requires intricate amounts of teamwork and gun skill to beat them. I don't care if we're 15 and one map.
That's great.
PR answer.
It is true, though. They're very talented.
Fair answer.
Go ahead, Ben.
Sam, I think to finish things off, I'm going to ask you a little bait question. Obviously,
Jesus, another one.
A little bait question. This is what we do. We're trying to create some content here.
This is my shtick. What are we doing?
Anyway. So obviously you guys are going to be off tomorrow. You're going to be back on the weekend, moving to the next part of winners. Is there a specific team that you would like to play this weekend, and why?
I'm kind of cool with anyone. I would like to play OpTic. I think that they have looked probably in terms of like peak right now, the best team this year so far. In Respawn, they are like looking insane, especially online. And I think that like there's this like weird stigma that like, oh, let's see if they translate it, but they just came off a second as well, so they're maintaining that momentum. And I just want to see how we stack up. Obviously, we scrim them on a day-to-day basis, but playing in a match environment on LAN is obviously a completely different beast. So in terms of just like pure competition, I think I'd like to play OpTic.
Nice, man. I got actually one more final question for you, Kenny, man. What is this guy eating,
bro?
He's like hitting form right now. I feel like
it's
he's
definitely end of the year Kenny buff, bro.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. I feel like it always, whenever it hits that like midway pack of the year,
he just gets to go.
He's scaling. He's a scaler, bro.
Scaler, I like that.
He starts. He's our late game champ, bro. He's Nasus with 1,000 stacks.
Yeah, sir. How's it feel playing in a venue like this? There's no fans here, right? It's a little quiet, a little different.
Bro, it's intimate. I don't hate it. Obviously, would prefer the fans, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have an issue with it. I got second last time I was here, so hopefully we can improve that.
Cool.
That'd be great.
Well, Sam, listen, man, I really appreciate you hopping on. Congratulations on a big dub.
Fuck yourself, bro.
Sam, thank you so much for hopping on, man. I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way. And, yeah, man, I wish you the best of luck, man.
Not leaving.
Good luck, man. Sam,
I wouldn't leave either, Sam. Hang out with the boys. The Flank are live, and make sure to check out Zuma and crew throughout this event. Also, shout out to Scump and Methods doing a watch party live from Columbus. But LA Thieves walk away with our first victory, and the chat, well, 90% of them called the right answer. So they're crushing it on predictions. Did you see this one coming, though? It's your Scump play of the game. Who's the player? It's not Octane, it's not Envoy, it's Drazah, the Alaskan powerhouse. Walk me through this one, Allie. It's a 1v3 clutch.
Yeah, it's a 1v3. Obviously, he knows he has to check this bomb, and two of the players from Minnesota, unfortunately, were right in the line of sight, and Cammy tries to go for this kill with only 9 seconds left. Drazah gets that kill as well, and, you know, I was worried about this destroy would have come to LA Thieves. That's usually been their weakest point, but against the Minnesota Røkkr, it was just another day.
Man's got hip fired, bro. By attack.
We got, of course, another battle for Røkkr. That'll be in the losers bracket tomorrow. But if you're a fan of the Røkkr, they are going to need you at the next home series. We had a party in Madison, and if you haven't heard, Minnesota Røkkr is hosting a live in-person event during Major Fives qualifiers. And Røkkr is flying in London Royal Ravens and Boston Breach out to compete against Minnesota on stage in front of fans. They did it a few weeks ago in Madison, and it was nutty. This one is going to be even better. The second Minnesota Røkkr Home Series event takes place in Minnesota's capital city of St. Paul on Saturday, May 6th. Tickets start at $20, and they even have hotel deals if you want to fly in. Of course, we also want you to pick up your collection. Start your digital collection today with the 2021 Call of Duty League trading cards by Upper Deck, the official trading card partner of the CDL. Collect your favorite teams and players on UpperDeckEPAC.com or scan the QR code. And of course, Golden Blossom time. Serenity awaits with the Golden Blossom bundle. We've got 3 elegant tracer weapons that have both depth effects and laser effects. Be sure to get yours today. Chat, let's get rowdy. We've got drops on YouTube and Twitch TV. Link your account during the commercial break. When we come back, it's the second battle of the day. Can Clayster and the Legion get past the Subliners? We find out after this.